Okay, everyone, how's it going? Exitar the Exterminator presenting another battle. Now, I haven't done a battle in a while, so I decided I need to do one, and it's going to be Imperiex versus Exitar the Exterminator. Now, I wanted to do this one for a while, but I just never got to it. I chose them because, in a way, they're kind of similar. They look similar. They both have containment suits to contain themselves, because if they don't have it, they basically, can't function in their respective universes, basically. And so let's get to it. We got Imperiex, the Destroyer of Worlds, versus Exitar, the Exterminator of Worlds. Now they're both, of course, the Exitar, the freaking huge monolith that's only like 20,000 feet tall, and Imperiex obviously is not nearly that big. So it'd be kind of interesting to see if they're able to fight each other. If Exitar would even think of posing him as a threat, who knows? But of course, Imperiex, he's kind of recently made. I think within the last 10 or 20 years, I think. He basically kind of wields some of the power of the Big Bang, and he basically destroyed World on one point, and Mongol and Superman tried to defeat him. They defeated him, but it was actually an actual like a probe, kind of an imitation of him. Then Superman fought the real one. He was powered up by like Kismet, I think. It's kind of a cosmic being, and then they were basically able to match him and basically defeat him. And if if Imperiex ever happens to break his armor, he basically would unleash an explosion, which would cause practically a universal explosion like the Big Bang. So that's why he needs to wear armor to contain himself, or else he wouldn't be able to function, basically. And same with Exitar. Since Exitar, they basically, all the Celestials, in a way, drive from hyperspace. They're contained in a containment suit, and so they can perform their functions and everything, and basically impenetrable armor. So, of course, Exitar, he was made, I think, back in the 80s. He's first appeared in the Thor comics in the almost like 387, 88, and 89, I do believe. And on a planet where Arashim was going to destroy and purify it, so Exitar came down. Thor decides to, I'm going to take on the Celestials once again, because he knows the power of the Celestials. And he goes on top of Exitar's shoulder, smashes it so hard that basically he destroys cities and mountains as a side effect, opening up Exitar's armor, going inside, seeing that there's nobody inside. It's basically a bunch of flashing lights and everything, so it's basically hyperspace in a way. Then he fights a whole bunch of alien drones inside. He basically he wraps his belt of strength around Mjolnir and does a God Blast to shatter Exitar's dome on the top of his head, which made Exitar move briefly for a moment, then basically went back to normal, shattering Mjolnir in the process. And so he is extremely powerful, so is Imperiex, and now it'd be tough to who would win a fight. Now, so Thor has stood up to Exitar. Well, kind of, in a way. Exitar didn't even give a crap he was there. He basically broke some of his armor. He didn't care. Went inside. Now, Imperiex has also battled Doomsday, and he basically shot him and basically completely incinerated him and his skeleton was basically left. That's pretty impressive since Doomsday is pretty durable. But also, and the thing about Exitar is he's more powerful than the fourth host combined. And if you take the fourth host, there's 9 Celestials, the fourth host, including Arashim the Judge. And Arashim the Judge, more powerful than Galactus. The other Celestials probably roughly just slightly below Galactus. If you've seen some of my other videos, check those out. I talk about Galactus for some of the fourth host. So, Exitar is powerful. He's freaking huge. He's a badass. And then Imperiex, he's a badass. He wields some of the power of the Big Bang. Who would win a fight? The thing is, it would also come down to whose armor is more durable. I've seen now. Exitar has been destroyed before by Susan Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. It was kind of lame, but apparently her powers somehow derive from hyperspace as well. So she was able to basically link the whatever, like her powers to the exact harmonic tones of the armor and hyperspace. So she basically destroyed Exitar. Now you can't actually really kill a Celestial. You can only basically put it down for a short period of time. And the Watcher even said that the Celestials are going to create another Exitar, but it would take a couple of millennia. So it would be, and since their powers derive from hyperspace, it's kind of in a different plane of existence, if you want to say. So what do you think would win? The more powerful than the fourth host combined, or Exitar, or Imperiex, who wields the power in the way of the Big Bang? And that winner is going to be Exitar. The reason why Exitar is going to win this battle is, I personally, his armor is probably going to be more durable than Imperiex, not to mention, since he has more power than the fourth host, that is extremely powerful. Now, they both have been in very, very few comics. I think they've both been in less than like 20 comics, I'm pretty sure. So, they're not too popular, but known. And if you think about it, if you have the entire Celestial host, and you basically take that into one giant guy, which is Exitar, that is extremely powerful. If you think about it, Exitar can basically virtually take on anyone in the Marvel Universe. And Imperiex was also basically kind of taken down by Superman, powered by Kismet, which is, if you can say, the kind of the eternity of the DC Universe, but she really doesn't have too many feats as well. She's not been in much. So it's hard to say to gauge her power level. So that's why I would have to give Exitar the win, because if you have more power than the fourth host, you can probably take on, it seems like, almost anybody. And I'm pretty sure Exitar's Energy Blast would probably give Imperiex a run for his money, probably cracking his armor. If it explodes, if it takes out Exitar, well, it takes out Exitar. Probably maybe the entire universe. But he would have beat him first. If not, Exitar can possibly come back from that due to the fact that Celestials and everyone, Celestials can go and make another Exitar. Granted, take a few millennia. But that is my answer for this one. Exitar coming out on top. Let me know what you guys think. Any battle suggestions or anything. And have a Merry Christmas and have a great day.